Welcome back to Cruise Control. My name's Eric, and today we compare two Ford trucks. Let's do that right now. All right, so the two Ford trucks that we're comparing are both full-size today. One is going to be the Ford Lightning. The other is going to be the base model Ford F150 XL trim, same crew cab style, same four-wheel drive. We're going to compare pricing, towing, horsepower, and which one I would choose, and I'd be interested to hear which one you guys would choose. So let's start with the gas-powered truck. To start off with, in the 2022 Ford F150 Crew Cab, the only option I put was four-wheel drive. I left the steel wheels. I didn't add a single option. So we're talking base price, cheapest as possible. This is before destination. This is before anything. So this doesn't include that. So $40,510 is the cheapest I can get. I didn't upgrade the engine. It's the naturally aspirated 3.3 liter. That thing makes 290 horsepower, 265 foot-pounds of torque. Does average 20 miles per gallon. I did check it out on Fueling. So it's actually pretty good for a full-size truck that it averages 20 miles per gallon. Does tow 8,200 pounds and has a really good sized payload capacity of 1,985 pounds. Does come with a 3.73 gear ratio. Now, let's look at the Ford Lightning. Ford Lightning is just a little bit cheaper, and I mean very little. We're talking $536. So $536 cheaper for $39,974, again before destination, and I didn't add any options. It's also going to come with all-wheel drive. I don't know how much horsepower it has. So those are my two basic builds, right? Now the Ford Lightning does tow a little bit less in its base trim, so 7,700 pounds versus 8,200, so it's down 500 pounds. Payload, it's up by a whopping 15 pounds, so it's a 2,000 pound payload. Now, if you're at sea level, the gas-powered truck is going to outperform the electric truck in this comparison. However, I don't live at sea level, and what if you want to camp and you ever want to go up into the mountains? And your gas-powered vehicle is going to change the higher you go. Roughly every 1,000 feet of elevation that you go in a naturally aspirated engine, you lose approximately 3% of power and also same towing capacity, right? So I'm at 6,000 pounds because I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So taking into account of a 18% power loss, my towing, if I were to buy that Ford F-150, goes from 8,200 down to 6,800 pounds. So now I'm 900 pounds less than the Lightning. The Lightning's not going to care. There's some passes here that go up to like 11,000 feet. So you can go through like the tunnel going out of Denver on I-70, and that thing will take you, up to 11,000 feet. So that's going to lose a lot of power in a gas-powered truck. However, in the Lightning, you're not. So before I start talking about fuel savings, let's just talk about towing capacity. Do you really want to worry like, oh man, I got to go up that mountain pass and I'm going to start off with, let's say you're at 8,200 pounds. Let's say you're going to start off at 7,900 pounds. Well, it's great at sea level, but as you start going up, you're going to be going slower and slower and slower up that pass. If you've ever towed up a mountain pass, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Versus that Ford Lightning's not going to care because it's electric, so it doesn't care if it's at sea level or it's at 11,000 feet. It's going to perform the same regardless. So I do like that about the Lightning right off the bat before we talk about fuel economy and possible fuel savings. Now, the payload capacity also changes. So we said 1985 payload, so 2000, so really it's a wash. I wouldn't say that the Lightning has more. Yeah, it's 15 pounds, but who cares? But as you go up in elevation, again here, now I'm dropped to 1628, which 1,600 pounds is still a lot of payload capacity, but hey, I just lost 400 pounds. And again, that's only at 6,000 feet. I'm at the base of like Pikes Peak Mountain here. So what if I wanted to go up there? Well, I'm not going to be able to tow very much or put much in the payload. So I don't like that as far as that part's concerned. Now, what about charging it and how much it costs to charge versus fuel up? Well, gas prices are really high right now. We're averaging about $3.50 a gallon for regular unleaded. So I'm going to say it's a wash between having to pay for charging and having to pay for fuel, right? So if it's a wash, then I'm going to go ahead and get the Lightning. But what if you have solar panels? What if you already have that set up, or maybe you plan to invest it because you want to go off grid, you want to pay the power company, you want to be self-sufficient, self-sustaining? Well, if you have solar panels and you can charge this at home and you're going to get 20 miles per gallon in the regular F-150, calculating it at 12,000 miles driven per year, you're going to save, if at the current gas prices of $3.50 a gallon, you're going to save over $2,000 a year. In a 5-year period, that adds up to 10 grand. Those are big numbers, right? That could even pay for your solar panels. Those solar panels cost around $10,000 to put in. Well, now not only does your solar charge your vehicle, but you can also not pay the power company. In fact, when you don't use your power, you can actually sell your power back to the power company and make money off your solar panels. So that's a different kind of conversation. Not everyone's going to be in the ability. Maybe you guys are in an apartment, maybe you don't own your home, things of that nature. So solar is not always going to be an option, but if it is, electric vehicles and electric trucks are fantastic. So let's take solar out of the equation. What if we were just going to do, hey man, I'm going to charge it at a charging station, or I'm going to fill it up at a gas station, right? So same for same operating cost right now. I'm still going to pick the Ford Lightning, even if it's the same operating cost. Number one reason, my payload and my maximum towing of 7,700 pounds does not care on the elevation that I'm going to be at. That right there in itself, right? Then let's look at what you get for the price. So there's not a lot of pictures for the XL. So I apologize. These are what I could find on the XL. There's not a lot of pictures, but if you look at the interior, the exterior, they're very similar. Both come with steel wheels, like it's the base truck, which I don't care. But on the inside, look at the size of those screens, right? In the gas truck, the screen is so tiny, you can barely see out of it. And then the gauge cluster is just a normal gauge cluster. Versus in the Lightning, you get a nice big screen, you get a digital readout as well. Like it looks like a higher class truck already for the same cost, well, $500 less, but let's just call that a wash as well. So if they cost the same to buy, but I get better equipment in the Lightning, I get to tow the same amount regardless of my elevation. I get the same payload regardless of my elevation, and it costs me the same to operate. I'm going to get the Lightning. I put solar, well, it's not even a contest now. Now it's absolutely the Lightning. Now I'm just losing money if I buy the gas-powered truck. What do you guys think? I mean, I can't believe that it costs this much just for a regular gas-powered F150. I was expecting it to be a lot cheaper than this. Now, if you get two-wheel drive, it is cheaper, but I don't want two-wheel drive. I live in Colorado. I want four-wheel drive. And then your towing goes down too. In the two-wheel drive crew cab, your towing goes down to like 5,000 pounds. No joke. It goes down quite a bit because the gearing changes. You go to a 355, I want to say, and your towing goes from your 8,200 to like 5,100. So you lose out on a lot of towing. So you want the 4x4 because that's what gets you the towing that you need. And then you can obviously add any bells and whistles and stuff like that. I just wanted to compare base trucks, just starting from the beginning. How are these base trucks compared? So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Tell me which one you guys would choose. Between these two, you don't get to add options and big V8s and turbo V6s and all that kind of fun stuff. No. Saying base truck versus base truck. Which one are you guys going to pick? Leave your comments down below. My name's Eric. This is Cruise Control. Thank you for watching.